Hello, trail travelers. It's Carrie and Katerina over there, and we are going to do Cherokee Park Road. This is up in the Red Feather area. We are west of Fort Collins, Colorado, and instead of Optimus, we have the new Subaru Outback Wilderness. So this is like a 40-mile dirt road, trails off-road, rates at a 1.2. So it's not going to be anything exciting or really crazy, but a lot of people talk about this online because it's a real easy place to go. I also don't expect we're going to see much snow today, but we're going to find out. So we're going to go get buckled up and hit Cherokee Park Road. Okay, we're getting started here on Cherokee Creek Road, and there's a parking area right at the very beginning. So if you want to air down, you can. If you're just trying to meet people, it's a great place. We're going to give it a try without airing down. We have all the tools, we have our air down equipment, we have a compressor. So if the washboard gets really bad, we're going to go ahead and air down. But for right now, we're really testing out the new Subaru Outback Wilderness. We're trying to see what the ride is like. What do we need to do for a comfortable ride? And this is just an easy road to kind of get our feet wet with the Outback. Okay, we're making our way up the road here. We got into this little kind of a canyon area, which is pretty cool. This isn't so far a super scenic or a challenging road, but it is off-road. And if you're looking for something really easy, so far this is pretty nice. Not quite sure how this gets hit with snow or anything yet, but there's no snow here, and we had quite a bit of snow come through the rest of the state just a few days ago. This is almost as much of a trail guide as it's probably going to be a review of our Subaru Outback Wilderness, since we just got it, and this is our first off-road experience with it. But I'll just say that even in the worst washboard on this road, even though we can feel some vibrations, it's not beating us up like the Jeep would. I mean, we would have easily have aired down to go over this washboard just because I really like my kidneys to be intact at the end of the day. But the Subaru is really, really smooth over it, and we didn't air down at all. As we come over this one hill, we definitely have a nice view from right here. Kind of see off in the distance, we see some mountains going into a little valley here. I'm one that I like interesting rock formations and cliffs and things, and there's some interesting stuff here. So it's not just some people might think this is boring, but I love interesting rock formations. Off to the left, we've got some kind of cool spire thing going. To the right, we've got these kind of sheer cliffs of rock. So it's visually appealing, even though it may not be those, epic, San Juan type views. But it's not just a dirt road in the middle of nowhere, at least. It's kind of cool so far. Just for a nice afternoon drive. Up here on our right is another parking area. Now the kind of interesting thing about this is, I might actually pull in here so we can see the sign. This is a state wildlife area, and this is called Middle Unit here. So apparently this is popular with hunters during the hunting season, which I'm not exactly sure when that is or what all you'd be hunting over here. But this is a good spot if you want to park and regroup, maybe have some lunch, rearrange your stuff, whatever you're going to do. But this is kind of a nice little area here, but it seems to be closed. So I was hoping that the little toilet up there would be open, but if this area is closed, it's probably a safe bet that the toities are closed. One thing to note about this road is there are a ton of blind turns. And for the first 20 miles or so, there's a lot of private property. So you can absolutely expect to see other vehicles on the road. We're about 13 and a half miles in. We kind of went up over a hill and now we're coming down and we got some beautiful pine trees. We got some snow on the hills in front of us. It's kind of a nice view here. Driving the Subaru, super nice. This car is so comfortable. The seats are really comfy. It's very quiet in here. It's almost too quiet. It's really a quiet vehicle. And on a few turns, I've given it a little goose around to see how it would handle once things got loose. And the all-wheel drive system on here just grabs so nicely, especially with these Geolander tires. They're really perfect for doing, semi-moderate trails. They're not going to be great for, more extreme off-roading, but for these dirt roads and things, they're absolutely perfect for this. And we still didn't air down, which for us is extremely unusual to hit dirt and not air down, but we really wanted to feel this suspension and how it works. And so far, there's no reason for us to air down on this road. It is super smooth. We're seeing a lot of other cars on here, like Grand Cherokees and even a couple minivans, and there's been a few Jeeps, but for the most part it's your higher end SUVs that we've seen on here. And of course, I'm sure nobody is aired down. It's just too smooth of a road. There are some washboard areas and it'll shake things up a little bit, but again, they weren't bad enough, especially in here, to make us want to stop and go, yeah, we should probably let some air out and make it a smoother ride. It's a very smooth ride in this vehicle. So we turned on County Road 80C, and that's telling us we're on the trail. So had to be very careful about where we made that turn, because I would have just kept going straight, and it was just a little unclear as to what we were supposed to do, but it is telling us we're on the trail. And it does say that this is going to be a little narrower, so we'll see how that goes. And now that this road has got some snow on it, which I wasn't really expecting at all.
Is it recorded?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've put the Subaru into snow and dirt mode. And I guess that's going to help us with some traction. It's going to be tuned for this type of terrain. Kind of good to see. But we really thought we were going to go straight, but we did turn on that 80C. So keep that in mind. And that was about the 15-mile mark.
Almost 17.
17. It was just past those toilets on the left. You're going to make a left on this smaller road. And now I'm seeing on the map that this says Cherokee Park Road. So it was a little confusing. Stick to your maps. Always trust your maps, I guess, would be kind of the word of the day there. Well, with all the snow melt here, it's 55 degrees outside right now. So we're getting quite a bit of snow melt. This section of road has a lot of mud on it. So I'm sure that the Subaru's getting pretty dirty on the outside. As you can see, this is much narrower than it was coming in all the way from the highway. It's more about a vehicle and a half wide. There's plenty of room to move over if there's someone coming, but you're for the most part going to be going down the middle of this. And here again, some more mud. And there's been a couple spots where there was some really slushy snow and the Subaru just plowed right through it. Super good. Very happy with how the car is performing in here. But it looks like some aspen trees through here. Like this might be a great fall drive. A little different terrain than what we saw before. Well, we're doing a little snow driving right now. Really, I'm sure making a mess of the Subaru at this point. But, oh well. We're going to have to take it to a car wash when we get back. But there's definitely some snow and slush on the road, making it, probably a little slippery here. But the Subaru's handling it like a champ. And it's a little rough. So again, if you're like really sensitive to, getting jostled around, maybe airing down a little bit might be a good option for you, but it's not so bad that we've decided to air down yet. We're just going to kind of keep cruising and, probably make it all the way unless things get really bad or if the snow gets really deep. But for now, yeah, we're just going to keep cruising along and enjoying this drive.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Hey, darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey, darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Yeah, we only get one life, I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand.
Well, we made it pretty far, but if you can see this, there's no fresh tire tracks through this snow. There's some tracks, but it was from a previous snow, and then this current snow is on top of it. It's pretty deep. I mean, I sank in over my shoes, and it's just not worth the risk. We're by ourselves today. We do have traction boards, we have all kinds of recovery gear, but we don't have a winch. There's no place to put one on the vehicle, and we don't have anyone else with us. So, safety in mind, we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna turn around, head back out. We're gonna try where we turned onto this road. We're gonna see if we can keep going and maybe make it out to another highway. But for right now, this is gonna be the end of Cherokee Creek Road. It's a nice, fun drive, and if you want to do some snow bashing, it's here for you. And right after snow, there's going to be quite a bit. Right now, it didn't get hit very hard in this section of northern Colorado, but it's still just too deep for us to try by ourselves without any other way of recovering ourselves. So from Katerina and I, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. We're going to turn around, head back, have some lunch. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.